Well, this is off the heels of a media post that I would like to show you guys that says that there was a 5-year-old boy apprehended by ICE. And everybody's headlines read 5-year-old detained by ICE. And then J.D. Vance gets up in a press conference. The question comes up and he gives the answer to what happened. And what disappointed me, okay, was nobody ran with that answer. Nobody readjusted the headlines. Nobody corrected the headlines. Nobody did anything. And so I have this question. I just want to get your opinion real quick. Do you feel, in your guys' opinion, that we're being played? Like somebody else wants us to stay agitated and irritated with each other? Like we're not really looking for truth. We're just looking to keep it amped up. We're not trying to let it die down. We just want it amped up. But just your opinion. What do you think, Bishop? You think they're trying to keep us amped up?
I think there are some people who do. I know there was some talk, and I don't know where the source was because I was passively listening. But they're talking about that it was a playbook for people, for agitators, and this is what you do, and this is how you keep people agitated, and it doesn't last that long. You have things happen like in LA, things will pop off, you let it die down again, then you wait for your next scene to happen again, and again it's just to keep this attention, keep this aggravation, like the hate for Republicans and for Trump, and so it'll pop up, it'll rise to a certain level, you sort of let it die down because you don't want to go too big, then people start hating you. So it's like sort of this game plan. So I think that's possible because someone actually is funding these people. There's been videos now, people coming out and they're like, once you'll get a job, and they're like, "Oh, I'm getting paid for this." We're like, "What did she just say?"
Wow.
And so more and more is being shown that there are some people behind this. I mean, I do believe that.
Can I ask you a question? Do you feel like the media bears a responsibility to report the truth, though? Like you really should get the truth out there. Like, hello, you're influencing people, and the truth does matter. Do you feel like there should be a little bit of a burden of responsibility?
The best that you can, because if you go in as a reporter, you don't know the truth, right? And so you at least have to give each side.
Should you wait till you get the whole truth then?
Wait, you can give both sides some equal time and will decide from themselves. If you're just trying to report the news, you maybe can't come to a full conclusion. But would you give both sides at least the opportunity to actually share what they're seeing and what's going on?
Go ahead. What were you going to say?
But I think that in the way that the media is set up now, and it could have been, this is maybe how it's always been, but it's who reports first.
Oh.
So whoever reports first gets credit and gets, I'm going to click on this channel first because they bring it to you first. So right, and so everybody's looking there. Everybody's trying to one up the next person to get. And what happens is you don't get all the information because you're trying to go all the way out first. I mean, we see it in sports all the time. Every once in a while, one of these guys will report something wrong, and some athlete would just go after them. And what they're trying to do, Adam Schefter or whatever these guys are trying to do, is trying to get it. They're trying to do breaking news. And so when you're in the media field where it's competition as well, networks are competing against each other, anchors inside of even the same network they're competing against each other, and so it's I gotta break the news. Well, when you're constantly trying to do that, you don't always get to the bottom of it. You're just saying, what is the first thing I see? This is what happened.
Should they be held liable though for something? Let me show you the clip, and this is why I'm asking this. Okay. Watch this clip. This is J.D. Vance.
President Vance, a local school district here is alleging ICE agents detaining a 5-year-old after preschool on Tuesday. We've also seen multiple American citizens detained by ICE or harassed by ICE in the last 6 weeks. Are you proud of how your administration is conducting this immigration crackdown here in Minnesota right now?
Well, I'm proud of the fact that we're standing behind law enforcement, and I'm proud of the fact that we're enforcing the country's laws. But, you asked a question about this 5-year-old kid. I actually saw this terrible story while I was coming to Minneapolis. We just left Toledo, Ohio this morning for an economic messaging event. And I see this story, and I'm a father of a 5-year-old, actually, a 5-year-old little boy. And I think to myself, oh my God, this is terrible. How did we arrest a 5-year-old? Well, I do a little bit more follow-up research. And what I find is that the 5-year-old was not arrested, that his dad was an illegal alien, and then when they went to arrest his illegal alien father, the father ran. So the story is that ICE detained a 5-year-old. Well, what are they supposed to do? Are they supposed to let a 5-year-old child freeze to death? Are they not supposed to arrest an illegal alien in the United States of America, if the argument is that you can't arrest people who have violated our laws because they have children, then every single parent is going to be completely given immunity from ever being the subject of law enforcement. That doesn't make any sense. No one thinks that makes any sense.
Okay, now that you heard that explanation, what do you think?
About what ICE is doing.
No,
About-
about the headlines, about the media running with the headlines. 5-year-old detained by ICE.
Yeah, well, I mean, part of it, I mean, I do agree with Mike, but also people, a lot of newscasts we're seeing now have a narrative, and that's why
Okay.
people go to certain channels.
Okay.
So if you feel like, you know, you hate ICE or against ICE, this is the story you're going to put out. Fox probably may put out something different. They put, well, this is Fox. They put out like, no, defending it. So you're going to go to whatever source you want to go to is where you're going to get that certain information. You're going to get this side on this news station and get this side on this news station. So it is sort of like who can put out stuff first, but also what narrative you're going to put out there.
Yeah. What do you think? I agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because you're selling a product, and so you have people who are buying your product, and so you are, you know, capitulating to those people. I have a hard time. I mean, he's a politician, so I have a hard time believing everything he says, which is too bad because he could very well be saying something that's 100% like true. Right. It's just that there's the narratives are so polar opposite that it's like, well, if it's the same story, how could it be over here and over here? And so I'm just having a hard time sifting through the stories. And unfortunately, I think for me, and maybe other people as well, what I end up doing is I just turn it off. And I'm not saying that's the answer because then I end up not really knowing what's going on. But I hate the two sides.
I can see how you do that, and that's unfortunate because we know now, this was a few days ago, and we know now that that was the truth. His father did leave him and took off running. They eventually found the father, and they're back together. But what were they supposed to do with the 5-year-old? And really, the burden is on the father. Why did you leave your kid? You should not leave your kid. You just got, get what's coming to you here, and ask for them to take care of your kid, call the mom, do something, right? I agree with you. I think everybody's so worked up right now that we're not being sensible. We're not being reasonable.